Good morning, students. We are discussing our fifth chapter. It is related with acids and alkalis. We have discussed about the properties of acids, alkalis, and also the last class we have discussed about the neutralization reaction. So what is neutralization reaction? Neutralization reaction that implies when an alkali, so that is sodium hydroxide, it is reacting with the acid, that is HCl. So that will nullify the effect of the both substance. That means the properties of acids and as well as the property of alkali will be diminished, and it forms salt, that is sodium chloride here, and water. That process is known as what? This process is known as neutralization reaction, or this reaction is known as neutralization reaction. When an alkali reacting with acid, it forms salt and water. So here it is simply we know that the ionization of alkali, here it is Na plus and OH minus, then H plus and acid, in the case that is H plus and Cl minus. Then what happens here? The positive ion react with the negative ion, so Cl minus. So Na plus and Cl minus combined forms sodium chloride. Then H plus combined with OH minus, it forms H2O, water. So this is what this is known as the neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction. So neutralization reaction that implies when an acid and alkali reacted together and forms salt and water. This process is known as neutralization. In the case of neutralization reaction, the concentration or the strength of acid and base is important. When the concentration of acid or alkali is high, that time that need less amount of acid or alkali. Then if the diluted solutions are using, that time that need more acid. So this is implies the concentration is depend on the neutralization reaction. The concentration is an important factor. Then you know that in our stomach that it contain hydrochloric acid. So the concentration of hydrochloric acid is increased in our stomach. What happens? So that will create some problems to our stomach, that creates ulcer, etc. So to decrease that, we are using medicines. That medicines are known as antacids. Okay, that medicines are known as antacids. So that will decrease the effect of hydrochloric acid in our stomach. Generally, the medicines contains alkalis because our stomach contains the acid. So the medicine, that is antacids, the medicines that reduce the acidity in stomach, they are known as antacids. That medicines are commonly known as antacids. There are different types of companies will be there for that medicine, but generally they are known as antacids that contain what? That contain the alkali. So the alkalis decrease the strength of the acid, or that completely reacted with the acid. So neutralization reaction. In day-to-day life we are using the neutralization reaction. Is one thing is that usage of antacid medicines to decrease the acidity in our stomach. Then the farmers are used slaked lime in their cultivating land, because when the acid strength in the soil increases, so they want to decrease their acid strength, or to neutralize that acid, they are adding slaked lime. So this is also another utilization or the application of neutralization reaction. At the same time, if the alkaline nature is increased in soil, they are using acid nature substance to decrease the alkaline nature. So like that, they are using what? They are using the neutralization reaction in day-to-day life. Okay, so these examples are important. They will ask these things for your examination. Now, so next one, we are going to discuss about the pH values. pH. So pH that implies the potential of hydrogen. Potential of hydrogen. So pH is the potential of hydrogen. So there is a scientist who is known as Sorensen. Here is introduced a scale to measure the acidic or alkaline nature. So here the pH value or pH that implies the potential of hydrogen. So this is the potential of hydrogen. So potential of hydrogen that implies the pH. So when a substance, here we are measuring the concentration of H plus ion in an aqueous solution. So here we are measuring the concentration of H plus ion in the aqueous solution. So their pH value from 0 to 14. The pH value will be from 0 to 14. So 0 to 14. So here 7, the pH value 7 implies that is a neutral substance. Neutral substance, neither acid or alkali. Acid or alkali. So here neutral means it is not an acid or not an alkali. Acidumalla, alkaliumalla. So that is known as neutral. Neutral. So its value, pH value is 7. If the pH value is less than 7, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So that is acid. Below 7. If the pH value is below 7, is acid. Below 7, it is acid. If the pH value is below 7, that is acid. If the value is greater than 7, so it is greater than 7 up to 14, greater than 7, 7.3 or 8, 9, 10, up to 14, it is alkali. So by measuring the pH value, we find the nature of the substance, whether the solution is acidic or alkaline or a neutral. If a neutral substance, that will be its pH value 7. For an example, if you consider water, the pH value is 7. If it is hydrochloric acid, it should be less than 7. And if it is sodium hydroxide solution, the value, pH value is greater than 7. So the pH scale here says that the pH scale is a method used to express the acidic basic nature of a substance based on the amount of H plus ion present in their aqueous solution. So by measuring the H plus ion concentration, we are calculating whether we can find whether it is an acid or an alkali. On basis of the pH scale, the pH value of a neutral solution, if a solution is neutral, its value is 7. If the pH value of an acid is less than 7. If an acid, its value is less than 7 or below 7. And in the case of bases or alkalis, it is greater than 7. In the case of bases or alkalis, it is greater than 7 if the value. For finding the pH value, there is a pH paper. So there is using pH papers are using in laboratory, and pH solution is also there. So the pH paper we are dipping in a solution, and we can classify or we can compare the change in color of the pH paper with a chart is there that giving the value from 1 to 14. So between 0 to 14 the value is there, but the color change will be observed from pH values from 1 to 14 give a particular color. So we can compare the color of the pH paper with this one, we can find the pH value that is used in laboratories to find the pH value using pH paper. Like that we are using what? pH meter, that's given as an extra reading in your textbook. Then what is the purpose of this pH in cultivation? So to pH value, if you know the pH value, in each crops they need a particular pH value in that soil. In that acidic or basic medium they will grow. To find that, the farmers can use also this type of what? For testing the soil, whether it is an acid soil or basic soil. To compare their acidic or basic nature, they can use what? pH papers. How they can measure? Take the soil and mix with water, make the solution, or muddy water will you take and dip the pH paper, compare the color change with the chart that given the values of pH, and we can find whether it is acidic or alkaline nature. To that we can use which type of crop that we want to cultivate there. So these are the methods used to find the pH values. Next one, we are going to discuss the formation of salt. So the salt are formed by reacting acids and alkalis that we have discussed in the case of neutralization reaction. So now we are going to discuss about the different types of or kinds of salts. Different varieties of salts we are going to discuss here. So neutralization is the process in which acid and alkali react with each other and forms salt and water. So we have discussed one example there. Another one more example is given. There it is magnesium hydroxide MgOH twice. If it is reacting with HCl, sorry, instead of HCl you can take what? One change in acid. It is H2SO4, sulfuric acid, H2SO4. So what happens? So here Mg2 plus and OH minus is there. Here H plus and SO4 2 minus. So Mg plus positive ions react with the negative one. So it forms MgSO4, magnesium sulfate, plus H2 and OH minus. It forms 2H2O. Water molecules are produced by the reaction. So such type of reactions are known as neutralization reaction. By the neutralization reaction it forms a salt. This salt is known as, its name is magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate. So that is a salt formed by the reaction. So there is a table given in your textbook. Magnesium chloride is given and we can find whether which is the acid and alkali used. So magnesium chloride. So here used the acid is HCl, hydrochloric acid. So the last term of a salt that implies the position of the or the name of acid we can find from there. So magnesium sulfate. So sulfate we can use sulfuric acid. So magnesium is alkali, magnesium hydroxide, like that. Magnesium chloride, so which is the acid given, so acid we want to use there, it is HCl, hydrochloric acid, and then alkali is magnesium hydroxide. Then second one, calcium sulfate, so calcium, so that is a term related with the alkali, so we can use calcium hydroxide as the alkali. Then calcium sulfate, so acid is sulfate, sulfuric acid. Then aluminium sulfate. If it is sulfate, the acid is sulfuric acid. Then aluminium, so aluminium hydroxide. Then sodium nitrate, sodium nitrate. So we can use what? Nitric acid. Then as alkali, sodium hydroxide. Potassium phosphate. So phosphate, the acid is phosphoric acid. Then alkali, potassium, so potassium hydroxide. By using, if you get the name of an salt, we can find the acid and alkali present in that salt. So we have discussed that table 5, 6 in your textbook. Then the salt dissociate, that forms ions. That means if a salt that is dissolved in water, it is ionized. The ions are produced. So the names and the symbols of corresponding ions are given in your textbook in table number 5, 7. So all of you go through that table and study the ions and their values. Okay, that is important. So just study 2 or 3 ions in a day. You can finish that within 2 or 3 days. You can know that ion. So I just read that potassium ion, it is K plus, then zinc ion Zn2 plus, ferrous ion Fe2 plus, phoric ion Fe3 plus, then cuprous ion Cu plus, cupric ion Cu2 plus, ammonium ion NH4 plus, then magnesium ion, manganese ion, it is Mn2 plus. Like that ions are given, positive ions, cations, some anions are given, anion, negatively charged ions, here there, hydroxide ions, negative and positive ions, carbonates, bicarbonate, nitrate, sulfate, bisulfate, phosphate ion, dihydrogen phosphate ion, H2PO4 minus. So we can write the chemical formula of the salt if you know the ions. For an example, if a salt, if you take sodium chloride, so given here sodium chloride, NaCl, sodium chloride. So the ions are Na plus and Cl minus, Na plus and Cl minus. Instead of that, if it is MgSO4, magnesium sulfate, MgSO4, that is Mg2 plus and SO4 2 minus, Mg2 plus and SO4 2 minus. The next salt is given CaCO3, calcium carbonate is a salt. So that is Ca2 plus and CO3 2 minus. So these are the ions formed in a salt. If it is ionized, it forms the salt. Then how can you write the molecular formula or chemical formula of the salt? So the salts are generally electrically neutral. The salt are generally electrically neutral. Then sum of the charge of the positive ion and negative ion, salt will be 0. Thus we have discussed the formation of ion, oxidation number. So if you add the numbers plus and minus, that is 0. Here 2 plus and 2 minus 0, 2 plus and 2 minus 0. The total charge of a salt will be 0. Then the salt is formed by the reaction of acid and alkali. So salt is also a neutral substance. So it is electrically neutral. Then the method of writing a chemical formula of salt. So first of all I will read that points, then later we can explain how can you write. The first method, they are saying that the steps are there. First step, while writing the chemical formula of a salt, if you are going to write the chemical formula of a salt, അതായത് ഒരു സോൾട്ടിൻ്റെ കെമിക്കൽ ഫോർമുല, ഇപ്പോൾ NaCl നമ്മൾ എഴുതിയിട്ടുണ്ട്, അതുപോലെ ഓരോ സോൾട്ടിൻ്റെത് എങ്ങനെ എഴുതാമെന്നുള്ളതാണ് പറയുന്നത്. സോ വൈൽ റൈറ്റിംഗ് ദ കെമിക്കൽ ഫോർമുല, ഫസ്റ്റ് റൈറ്റ് ദ സിംബൽ ഓഫ് ദ പോസിറ്റീവ് ആൻഡ് നെഗറ്റീവ് അയോൺ, the positive and the symbol of the negative ion. So write the positive ion and negative ion symbols. Then write the numbers indicating the charge of each ion as subscripts after interchanging them. Then simplify the subscripts and write them in smallest whole number ratio. So what is the method we are used here? We are going to explain. So listen, if you want to write the chemical formula of sodium chloride. So we want to know sodium, it is Na plus. Then chloride, sodium chloride, so chloride ion. Then first of all you just write the ions, the symbol of the ion, that is Na plus and Cl minus. Then the second step, you just interchange the values, or the values given, it is 1, here also 1, interchange the values. So same, you can write what? NaCl. The next one, magnesium phosphate. So magnesium phosphate, that means Mg2 plus and PO4, Mg2 plus and PO4 3 minus, magnesium phosphate. So Mg2 plus ion, PO4 3 minus. So this you study in exams, they will give the values Mg2 plus and PO4 3 minus. Then next one, you just interchange the values, positive and negative value. There is no need to write the positive or negative, just interchange the value. So Mg is there and PO4 also here. So interchange, 2 is given to PO4, it's a group, so that's why you want to put a bracket. Then PO4, there is a 3, Mg is a single ion, so Mg3 PO4 twice, Mg3 PO4 twice. That is the molecular formula of magnesium phosphate. Next one, magnesium carbonate. So you want to know magnesium, so it is Mg2 plus, carbonate CO3 2 minus, magnesium carbonate, so magnesium and carbonate group. Then Mg and CO, just interchange the values. So first of all the symbols, Mg and CO3, positive ion, that want to write first, negative ion second one, then interchange the values. So here it is 2, so put that bracket and 2, because CO3 is a group, so Mg is a single atom, so we can write what? Mg2 CO3 2. So we can subdivide that value, divided by 2, we get MgCO3. So common number is there, we can divide that with 2, we get 1 is the value. So simply we can write what? MgCO3 magnesium carbonate. Okay, then how can you write? One more examples I will explain. One more salt, ammonium chloride or ammonium sulfate. Okay, ammonium sulfate. That means you want to write the chemical formula of ammonium sulfate. So ammonium, NH4 plus, that is the ion, sulfate, SO4 2 minus. Then you want to write the positive and negative ion without the charge, NH4 and SO4. Then interchange the value. So here it is 1 given to SO4 itself, NH4 SO4. Then SO4, that have the value is 2, there is no need to write the charges. So 2 give to NH4, so NH4 is a group, that's why we want to write a bracket. Later we want to write what? That value. So NH4 twice, you can read it as NH4 twice SO4, ammonium sulfate. NH4 twice SO4. These are the methods to write the chemical formula. Then uses of salt. Some of the salt are given in a table and you want to write the uses of this salt in that table. Up to there you want to complete in your notebook. By discussing this area, we are completed our acids and alkalis. So this is the last portion of our chapter. Then now we are completed our 5th chapter. We have only 2 chapters are remaining in your 9th standard. So that we can complete within the last week of December. Thank you.